YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well as bell notification. I do my best each and every day to give you guys the top picks in cryptocurrency. Guys, today we talking about some Bitcoin, we talking about some XRP. Gotta let you know though that I'm not a financial advisor, so it's not financial advice, guys. Just talking XRP, just talking Bitcoin. You gotta go off and do your own research. Let's talk about it though, right? Market cap sitting at a 2.74 trillion. Fear Greed Index coming in at a 29, Bitcoin coming in at an 85.7. Wow. Are we going to break 86 today? Interesting. I was telling you guys, we need to see some positivity come out of today. We do know that our market closes on Friday, and we do not want to be sitting in limbo again on a Friday. It is not a good feeling. It's been a pretty clear short opportunity for a lot of these bears when we're looking like that. So hopefully we could break up out of some of this chop. I told you guys how important it is that we break above that 89 range. That's really the number that we need. We really need that 89, 90 range for us to be back in business. Right now, we are still on a dip. So just pay attention to that. You know, we did create a rising wedge here, and since then we possibly have some kind of double bottom action happening, but at the same time still in a downtrend, right? We cannot ignore this 1 year chart and the fact that we are still creating lower highs, right? These are all lower highs that we've created here, and if we close today not looking so hot, then I think on Thursday we're going to see some negative price action. But at the same time, that's not to say that this chart looks bad on some of these smaller time intervals, right? The 7 day looking like we might be rounding out here, seeing some positive price action. But our 1 day hopefully looking like it's creating some kind of a bull flag. It's not very typical that we see fake outs happen on a Wednesday. But at the same time, we are coming up against some key resistance, so maybe the price action that we're looking for that usually happens on a Thursday, it might be a short, it might be some sell-off, or it's going to need to be a pump. We got to pump out of this range. We cannot sit in this range for too long, because again, that 1 year chart telling us that we're starting to break down. As a matter of fact, I just want to pull up these Keltner channels just so I could kind of see where we're at. I know we're sitting on something right now. Let's see. So boom, we're sitting on the second level right now on the 1 day. Exactly. So just like I was saying, we need to close this candle green. This candle needs to get above like 80 to 90, as you guys can see, 80 to 90, right? 90.9, right? But we need to start jumping up here, getting out of some of this chop for this to be considered a confirmed breakout. Right now, we have got no confirmation that this is a breakout. Yeah, we've crossed over this second Keltner channel, but look how many times we've crossed over that Keltner channel. We've done it in the past, right? It is good that we're getting above it, because at the same time, we've had times where we couldn't get above it too, where we just keep rejecting, including this right here. This was our buy bit hack. This really put the knife in the coffin, kind of reminiscent of FTX, right? We have this big exchange hack, lose billions of dollars, crash the market, right? And then the market goes on, picks up after that, you know? Interesting. I don't know what you guys think, though. You guys think that that's malarkey? I thought that was malarkey. I'm like, what the? That was random, like right at the most key resistance right here. Like literally, we were just looking ugly. We were just touching this 1 day. I remember this day so clearly. I was like, wow, they just did us so dirty just now, because we were really looking pretty solid on this day. We thought we were going to hit 100K. We thought we were going to break up, be at 98 and then hit 100. I remember those days, guys. And I remember Bybit. And I remember saying after that happened, I said, you know what? The market's going to take a big boo-boo now, because this was just like what happened with FTX. Anyway, that's just my foil hat theory. I got a lot of foil hat theories, guys. If you guys stick around, you'll hear all my foil hat theories. I got all kinds of them. But let's talk about some of these other coins. Talk about some Ethereum. We're going to talk about some XRP. We're going to talk about Solana, because I know that you guys love it. I know you love it, but let's talk about some Ethereum, guys. Some of you guys are real bullish on Ethereum. I'm concerned about Ethereum, to be honest with you guys. Ethereum's been lacking volume. I need this thing to pick up, man. If Ethereum wants to get up out the woods, it got to pick up. Even today with Bitcoin seeing a little bit of price action, why is Ethereum almost red still? Like, what the? Ethereum is just lacking, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm bearish on the project. I'm just saying, like, can we stop making bear flag after bear flag for a second, bro, and just chill? Because this thing's looking like it's about to rip a hole at the bottom of the bag, bro. It's literally got a bear flag forming again right here. We've seen this bear flag form right here too, right? This flagpole with this little flag. It dropped all the way down here. Now look, flagpole with a flag. I'm telling you, this thing is looking like it wants to drop down all the way down to that 1100, 1200. I said that. People thought that that was crazy. They said, Crypto J, how can you say that? That's crazy. I said, sometimes I say crazy things, you know, but again, I just go with the flow. I always say the trend is your friend. That's what I always say. I say the trend is your friend. Let's talk about some XRP. You guys could see XRP coming in at $2.11 right now, and XRP is a coin that also needs to hold its weight, right? We've been talking about the fact that XRP needs to hold its weight. We need to start picking back up in volume ourselves with XRP, right? We do not want to break below this $2 range right here. As you guys could see, our 7-day looking like we might be seeing a weaker trend, right? We're creating possibly a shoulder right here, another head right here, and then maybe look another shoulder possibly, or we could have some kind of double bottom action that's playing out right here, and we could see some kind of recovery happen soon. But again, one thing that I do talk about a lot on the channel is the fact that when we see the price move sideways like this, guys, honestly, it's usually a lack of demand, and it's usually not a good thing. We really, again, want to see some volume pumping through this thing. We want to see some demand because that's what people want to see, right? Bulls are greedy, so they want to, I mean, bulls and bears, they're both greedy. We're all greedy, everybody greedy. But bulls want to see a better price. This is not necessarily a awesome entry point because, again, we're just lacking volume. Now, maybe at this bottom here, I would have said like this is a decent entry point because look, you got a double bottom here, but now you got a double bottom and you got some sideways movement that's really been going on really like all day now, just for hours of non-movement. And again, sometimes that can lead to prices breaking down, right? So just something that we have to pay attention to, that a lack of volume sometimes is not a good thing. So yeah, just something to pay attention to. Let's talk about some Solana, right? Because we talked about XRP a good amount, guys. I told you guys too, if we drop under $2, I'm concerned about XRP. Some people said that, well, we have support at 185. It's not a lot of support we have at 185 on XRP. It's closer to probably 135 to 140 is what I would see coming in at. Let's talk about some Solana because you guys can see Solana also lacking volume today, moving sideways today. And man, this is looking short right here. I'm not going to lie. This is looking like it might finally break down, but at the same time, Solana has not broken down yet. Solana just moving sideways, right? Since March, really, what, like 29th? Just started moving sideways, not really doing very much, right? Wonder if Solana is going to pick up in price soon or if it's also going to start breaking down. I think that based off of this chart, this thing is looking like it's going to break down because you could see we're already dang near close to some key support right now. And again, if this thing also now creating a bear flag here too, right? Yikes. Right, we create a rising wedge here. We're creating a bear flag here. Solana looks like it is about to have a major dump. Yikes! Look at this bear flag that's forming right here. I told you guys I feel like Solana is going to dump all the way down to like $75, and I don't not think that's not true. I still think that's true. We need to see more volume. That's what I'm telling you guys. We need to see a big pump on Bitcoin. Otherwise, the market is can really fall down. And I know a lot of people get really bullish about this little pump right here. And it could be a bullish pump. I mean, I'm telling you, we could have some support down there at 78 and then made some new support at 82. And now we're just starting to build back up. That is a very real reality. As a matter of fact, 82% of people feel bullish on Bitcoin right now. 18% of people feeling bearish. 2.6 million people following, right? And 3.6 million people voted on this. I want to know what you guys think, though. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you bullish on Bitcoin? Are you bearish on Bitcoin? Also, if you guys have not yet checked out my Patreon, tap into Patreon, bro. We talk about a whole bunch of important stuff, including this. Hey, I'm going to give you something because you stuck around to the end of the video, guys. We do stuff like this all the time on the channel, just so you know that, guys. But Coinbase has a survey right now. It's going on. You could go open your Coinbase app and you could go in the top left corner, go to rewards, and you could see there's a survey. It's paying out up to $82 if you qualify on it. You don't got to pay nothing. So don't worry, I'm not making any money. Don't worry, boys. This is just the homie hookup, right? Maybe use that money, go buy yourself some lunch, go buy yourself a nice Patreon membership to J Talks Crypto. And then you'll tap in and you'll join us, one of the most amazing telegrams. Some people say it's the most amazing telegram. Some people say it's one of the most, but I would say it's the most. I would say it's the most. I would say it's a landslide, as a matter of fact. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. I cannot have this channel without you. And if nobody loves you, Crypto J loves you. I'll catch you next one. Peace.